Silence is not weakness. Silence is a weapon. While the loud chase validation, the powerful build in quiet. The ones who talk less are the ones who observe more, learn faster, and execute better. The world rewards those who keep their head down and achieve results that make noise on their behalf. From this moment forward, you will remove the need to be seen, the urge to be heard, and the craving to be validated. You will let your growth speak for you. You will let your results roar. You will win without seeking attention. Chapter 1. Stop needing approval. Stop needing approval. That sentence alone can change the trajectory of your life. Because every time you seek approval, you give someone else control. You hand over your confidence. You outsource your purpose. You weaken your own identity. You already know this. You felt it. That moment when you hesitate, when you wonder what they'll think, when you dim your ambition because it might make others uncomfortable. That's not living. That's performing. That's obedience to insecurity. You are not here to entertain people. You are here to transform your life. Approval seeking is a trap. A silent trap. A trap that looks harmless because it feels good to be liked. But comfort is always expensive. The price? Your potential. Every time you chase validation, you drift one step further away from who you are meant to be. You have a choice. You can keep trying to please people who aren't even paying attention to you, or you can start building a version of yourself so strong that approval becomes irrelevant. That's the key. Approval is not a requirement for progress. Approval is not a requirement for greatness. Greatness grows silently. Greatness grows without applause. Greatness grows even when people doubt you, judge you, or ignore you. Do you think the most disciplined, focused, powerful individuals are out there posting every tiny step? Do you think warriors beg others to clap before they strike? Do you think excellence waits for permission to begin? Never. The ones who win are the ones who work. The ones who build. The ones who wake up and do the difficult thing even when nobody sees them doing it. You have a choice. You can worry about their opinions, or you can elevate your standards. Here's the truth. Most people who judge you aren't doing anything with their own lives. Read that again. Their criticism is not a reflection of your value. It is a reflection of their limitations. Stop shrinking yourself to fit inside someone else's comfort zone. Stop editing your dreams around their insecurity. Stop waiting for a round of applause before you take action. You don't need their permission. You don't need their praise. You don't need their understanding. Your goals were given to you, not them. And that means you are the one responsible for bringing them to life. You must learn to approve of yourself. You must learn to validate your own decisions. You must learn to say, I choose discipline. I choose progress. I choose who I am becoming. The truth is simple. When you chase approval, you move away from authenticity. When you chase likes, you abandon your standards. When you chase acceptance, you lose your power. But when you choose silence, when you choose discipline, when you choose action, results start to speak. And results speak louder than approval ever will. Listen carefully. Approval is temporary. Progress is permanent. You must build a mindset where compliments don't boost you and criticism doesn't break you. Where the only validation that matters is the one earned through consistency. You have a choice. Every single day. Do you do the work? Or do you wait for permission? Do you grow? Or do you stall? Do you lead? Or do you follow the loud crowd seeking attention? The loud don't win. The disciplined win. The consistent win. The silent workers win. The approval you are seeking, they will eventually give it to you. Not because you asked. Not because you begged. Not because you explained yourself. But because your results will make them silent first, and then speechless. Let them doubt. Let them watch. Let them misunderstand your silence. That is their weakness, not yours. Your silence is strategy. Your silence is power. Your silence is self-respect. Your silence is the birthplace of transformation. Right now, you are turning away from distraction. Right now, you are choosing discipline. Right now, you are stepping into the role of a quiet warrior. You don't need their approval to begin. You only need your decision to start. The moment you stop needing approval is the moment your life becomes your own. Your goals become clearer. Your actions become bolder. Your progress becomes unstoppable. Because when you no longer fear judgment, you become dangerous. Dangerous to your old habits. Dangerous to your excuses. Dangerous to the limits others tried to place on you. That is where greatness begins, in silence, without witnesses, without applause. You are ready. You know what you must do. Trust your mission. Trust your discipline. Trust yourself. Stop needing approval, and watch how powerful you become. White heavy checkmark. End of Chapter 1. Transition to Chapter 2. You just reclaimed your power from the opinions of others. You just learned that silence builds respect, and action builds confidence. Now it's time to take the next step. Results first. Recognition later. That is the rule of winners. That is the rule of warriors. That is the rule of anyone who walks into a room and demands respect without having to say a single word. You don't need applause to begin. You don't need approval to continue. You don't need recognition to stay committed. Recognition is not the fuel. Recognition is the byproduct. That's the key. People notice after you win. People believe after you prove. People support after you succeed. Not before. Never before. And that's why most people give up too early. They want recognition at the starting line. But respect is earned at the finish line. You have a choice. You can chase validation, or you can chase victory. You cannot chase both. When you chase recognition first, you become addicted to attention. You become focused on performing for spectators instead of preparing for battle. You become loud, but not powerful. But when you chase results first, you become dangerous. You become unpredictable. You become undeniable. Because results cannot be debated. Results cannot be ignored. Results silence every doubt, every critic, every excuse. You have a choice. Do you want to be impressive or effective? Everyone talks big. Everyone promises change. Everyone says, just wait and see. But warriors do not announce. Warriors execute. That's the key. Your work must speak louder than you do. Real power is quiet. Real progress is invisible at first. Real transformation happens in the background, far away from the noise. Look at any champion, any self-made success, any warrior in history. Their rise was silent. Their grind was private. Their dedication was unseen. Then one day, they walked into the spotlight, not asking for attention, but commanding it through undeniable results. Your results are your introduction. Your results are your confidence. Your results are your validation. It's not about being seen. It's about becoming so capable that recognition follows you. You don't need their permission. You don't need their encouragement. You don't need them to believe in you. Believe in yourself through action, through consistency, through standards. You have a choice. You can keep explaining your plans, or you can build something too big to be ignored. Let me give you the truth. People only remember what you finish. Not what you start. Not what you talk about. Not what you almost did. Finishing is where respect is earned. Finishing is where legends are made. Finishing is where recognition lives. Stop telling people what you will do. Start showing them what you have done. Your ambition is not a performance. Your discipline is not a show. Your transformation is not entertainment. You are not here to convince them. You are here to become someone undeniable. The first stage of success is silence. The second is struggle. The third is results. Recognition is the fourth stage. Comes last, always last. So stop checking who's watching. Stop wondering who supports you. Stop asking if people notice your progress. They won't. Not yet. You're planting. They only show up when it's time to harvest. Results first. Recognition later. That must be your new mindset. When you see progress, keep going. When you feel growth, keep going. When you want applause, keep going. Discipline means doing the work when no one is cheering. Mental toughness means continuing even when no one cares. Self-respect means building your life even if no one believes yet. You have a choice. Do you quit because they don't see you? Or do you push harder because you are built for more? Every rep is building a weapon. Every hour is sharpening your edge. Every silent victory is stacking into something unstoppable. That's how respect is earned. That's how strength is forged. That's how warriors rise. Results first. Recognition later. And when the recognition comes, it won't feel like luck. It will feel like a debt the world owed you for not paying attention sooner. Because success makes silence deafening. Success makes critics disappear. Success makes everyone claim they always believed in you. But you will know the truth. You believed in yourself before anyone else did. You worked without witnesses. You stayed hungry without applause. You committed without guarantees. That's what makes you a warrior. You are not here to be popular. You are here to be powerful. You are here to build something real. You don't need their permission. You don't need their praise. You only need to stay consistent until the results appear. So keep going. Even when nobody notices. Even when nobody believes. Even when nobody cares. Because soon, nobody will be able to ignore you. White heavy checkmark. End of chapter 2. Transition to chapter 3. You now understand the secret. Progress doesn't need spectators. It only needs your discipline. So if silence builds power, and results build respect, then what builds unstoppable mental strength? Chapter 3. Silence is a strategy. Because the warrior who speaks less always sees more. Silence is not weakness. Silence is not surrender. Silence is control. Silence is a strategy. You want a better life? You want real power? Then master your silence. Most people talk too much. They reveal everything. They beg for validation. They broadcast their plans and then wonder why they never win. Understand this truth. Your progress should be louder than your mouth. You have a choice. You can announce every move you think you'll make, or you can execute quietly and let the results speak for you. That's the key. The world is noisy. Everyone wants attention. Everyone wants applause for intentions, not achievements. But you are different. You are choosing discipline over attention. Because silence builds pressure. Silence creates curiosity. Silence protects your ambition from opinions that kill momentum. When you speak too soon, you expose your weakness. When you speak too much, you give others the power to interfere. And they will interfere. Not everyone wants you to win. Not everyone wants you to grow. Not everyone is happy for your journey. You don't need their permission. And you definitely don't need their noise. Listen carefully. Powerful people speak less. Powerful people observe more. Powerful people choose their words with intention. Because silence forces others to reveal themselves. While you stay unpredictable. While you stay focused. While you stay dangerous. Silence is emotional control. You stay silent because you've learned to control your reactions. You don't respond to every insult. You don't explain your vision. You don't justify your decisions. You simply move. Silence means you're done wasting time trying to convince anyone of anything. Because you finally realize, when you start winning, they will understand. You have a choice. You can keep explaining your dreams, or you can go build them. Stop announcing your every step. Stop asking for approval. Stop leaking your power. It's not about pride. It's about discipline. It's about protection. It's about winning. Silence prevents sabotage. Some people smile at you but compete with you in secret. Some people pretend to support you but celebrate when you fail. Some people will plant doubt in your head the moment you share a goal. You really think you can do that? That sounds impossible. Why don't you be realistic? Their doubts become your doubts. Their fear becomes your fear. But if they know nothing, they can sabotage nothing. If they see nothing, they can block nothing. Remember this rule. Private effort beats public promises. Every time. That's the key. Silence makes you more respected. The person who talks less is a person others listen to more. When you speak rarely, your words carry weight. Your silence demands attention. Your actions command respect. The loudest person in the room is rarely the most powerful. The quiet one is. Because silence creates presence. It creates mystery. It creates strength. Your silence says, I know where I'm going. I don't need to explain the route. That's leadership. Silence builds inner focus. Every unnecessary conversation steals energy. Every argument drains motivation. Every time you defend your plan, you lose time executing it. Silence eliminates the distractions. When you stop updating everyone on your progress, your brain stops seeking applause. You stop chasing attention. You start chasing improvement. Greatness grows in silence. Muscles grow in silence. Skill grows in silence. Discipline grows in silence. You don't need an audience. You need a mission. Silence is your weapon during attack. People expect you to react, to defend yourself, to lose your cool, to explain who you are. But you don't give them what they expect. You choose silence. You stay calm. You stay controlled. Because silence in the face of chaos is dominance. You have a choice. React like everyone else, or respond like someone who is becoming unstoppable. Silence forces them to wonder, to question, to rethink attacking you again. Your quiet confidence is a threat. Silence is strategic patience. You don't rush to prove yourself. You don't rush to show results. You don't rush to reveal your success. You give your future time to grow. A seed doesn't brag while it's underground. It becomes unstoppable in silence first. Then one day, it breaks through the surface and surprises everyone. Let your silence be that growth. Let their shock be your reward. Patience is power. Delay the announcement. Increase the impact. Practical discipline. How to apply silent strategy. Do this starting today. 1. Stop telling people your goals. Let them see results only when the results are undeniable. 2. Respond less. Don't react to every message, comment, or opinion. Your silence is your filter. 3. Listen more. You learn faster when you stop talking. 4. Cut the validation habit. You don't need cheers to take action. 5. Work in the dark. Build quietly. Grow quietly. Transform quietly. Silence is the new standard. Silence is the new discipline. You have a choice. Continue seeking approval, or start becoming the person who earns respect. Silence is the signal of a new identity. Quiet focus is rare. Quiet discipline is rare. Quiet strength is rare. That's why winners are rare. Every time you choose silence over attention, you upgrade. You evolve. You rise. You stop explaining your greatness. You start becoming it. You don't need their permission. You don't need their applause. You don't need their understanding. You only need discipline. You only need action. You only need silence. Because silence is the strategy that builds unstoppable results. And when you arrive at your destination, your success will speak for you with a volume your voice never could. You have mastered the strategy of silence. Now you are ready for the next step. Stop telling the world what you're going to do. Stop broadcasting your plans to people who don't even believe in you. Stop posting your progress before you've earned the right to celebrate it. You don't need to announce every move. If your future is loud, your actions must be silent. If your goals are huge, your process must be private. Focus on the work, not the applause. Every time you talk about your goals, you release the pressure that you need to actually achieve them. That's the truth most people don't want to hear. Talking becomes a substitute for doing. Announcing becomes a replacement for execution. The dream becomes entertainment instead of a mission. You have a choice. Talk about your work, or do the work. Only one of those changes your life. You don't need their permission. You don't need their opinion. You don't need their applause. That's the key. Look at the most disciplined people in the world. They don't brag. They don't announce. They don't explain what they're doing. They act. They execute. And the world finds out after the results are undeniable. Your silence protects your progress. Your silence protects your confidence. Your silence protects your momentum. Announcing every move opens the door for doubts, criticism, distraction, and jealousy. You tell someone you're writing a book? They question you. They laugh. They push their insecurities onto you. Suddenly, you're doubting yourself. You tell people you're working on a business? They tell you all the reasons it won't work. Suddenly, you're hesitating. You tell them you're changing your life? They remind you of your old mistakes. Suddenly, you're shrinking back into the person you're trying to escape. Remember this line. When you share your goals too early, you invite fear to sit at the table with you. Silence is not secrecy. Silence is strategy. You don't owe anyone an update. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't owe anyone a performance. This is your story. This is your mission. This is your discipline. Some people want to hear your goals so they can measure how far behind you are. Some people want to track your progress so they can laugh when you miss a step. Some people want to stay close so they can keep you small. You must remove that influence. It's not about drama. It's about discipline. You are not hiding. You are sharpening. You are not avoiding. You are advancing. You are not silent because you are weak. You are silent because you are focused. Here's the reality. You become powerful the moment you decide that the world does not need to know your every move. You become dangerous when your actions are no longer visible, predictable, or interruptible. Nobody can stop what they cannot see coming. Nobody can ruin what they don't even know exists yet. The real ones don't make announcements. They make transformations. You have a choice. Talk about how you're going to change. Or change. Talk about your goals. Or achieve them. Talk about your potential. Or become it. Ask yourself right now. Who are you telling your plans to? Are they builders or blockers? Do they encourage or discourage? Do they want to see you rise, or stay exactly where you are? Silence will answer that question for you. Let me give you a practical shift. From now on, your goals stay in your mind and in your actions. Not in your feed. Not in your friend group. Not in your family's expectations. Your habits will speak. Your achievements will speak. Your discipline will speak. And when they finally notice your success, it will be too late for their doubts to matter. Because you'll already be climbing again. Silence gives you privacy. Privacy gives you power. Power gives you results. And results are the only announcement you'll ever need. Daily rule from this chapter. Before you tell someone your plans, ask yourself one question. Will telling them increase my discipline or weaken it? If the answer is anything but increase, stay silent. It's not about approval. It's about execution. It's not about validation. It's about transformation. It's not about recognition. It's about results. Some people talk loud because they doubt themselves. They don't believe the change is real. So they tell others to convince themselves. You are different. You are done talking. No more needing approval. No more announcing progress. No more leaking energy. From now on, your silence will be your confidence. Your silence will be your strength. Your silence will be your strategy. Breathe. Look forward. Lock in. You are entering the season of silent work and loud results. You don't need to announce every move. The world will see the proof when the time is right. And when they finally ask, "How did you do it?" You'll just smile. Because you'll know. You didn't say a word. You just showed them. You've learned how silence protects your mission. Now it's time to master the next level. When the world tries to trigger your emotions, who is really in control? Let's move forward. Chapter 5. Your emotions are not your master. Focus is not a personality trait. Focus is not motivation. Focus is a weapon. And every weapon must be sharpened. Every day. You either train your focus, or the world steals it from you. That's the truth. Most people are mentally weak not because they lack intelligence, but because their attention is scattered everywhere. Every distraction takes a piece of their mind. Every interruption dulls their edge. You need to understand something powerful. The person with the strongest focus controls the outcome. Not the loudest person. Not the fastest person. Not the most talented person. The most focused person wins. Again and again. In every arena. Remember this line. Your focus is your power. And you have a choice. You can hand that power away. Or you can guard it like your life depends on it. Because it does. Fire the enemy of focus. The enemy of focus doesn't show up with a weapon. It shows up quietly. On your phone. In your notifications. In your habits. In the people who demand your attention without earning it. You lose focus every time you react. Every time you scroll. Every time you chase stimulation. You lose focus when you let your emotions decide what matters. You lose focus when you need constant updates from the world. You lose focus when you think attention equals progress. Attention is not progress. Consistency is progress. Discipline is progress. Execution is progress. And that's the key. Most people are busy. Very few are focused. Busyness is weakness. Focus is strength. Ask yourself right now, are you moving with direction, or are you just moving? Fire focus requires sacrifice. You want focus? You must remove what weakens you. Cut the noise. Cut the nonsense. Cut the people who drain your mental energy. Cut the habits that waste your time. You don't need permission to protect your mind. You don't need to explain your boundaries. You don't need to apologize for wanting more from yourself. Comfort destroys focus. Overstimulation destroys focus. Attachment to distraction destroys focus. It's not about laziness. It's about discipline. You have a choice. You can stay comfortable and unfocused, or uncomfortable and unstoppable. Every day you choose. Not once. Not sometimes. Daily. Focus is a frequency. You tune into it by saying no more than you say yes. No, I don't need to check that. No, I'm working. No, I'm not wasting energy on that. No, I'm not explaining myself. No, I'm not reacting to every emotion that shows up. Every no sharpens your mind. Every no builds your power. Every no trains your focus. Fire where focus goes, progress flows. Success is simple. Pick what matters and give it everything. Laser focus on one thing until it cannot fail. That's the strategy. That's the roadmap. You only lose when you stop focusing. Choose one mission, one skill, one daily commitment. Sharpen that, strengthen that, master that. Imagine if you spent one full year giving uninterrupted focus to one life-changing goal. How dangerous would you become? How confident would you feel? How far ahead would you be? Most people never find out because they quit focusing before results arrive. They chase progress that they can see. They forget progress that builds in silence. You want a warrior's mind? Then do what warriors do. Commit. Ignore distractions. Finish the mission. Fire focus is a daily discipline. Every day, sharpen the blade. Focus starts the moment you wake up. If you begin the day reacting, your focus is already gone. Don't reach for your phone. Don't start scrolling. Don't give your mind away. You decide what matters first. You choose what gets your energy. You own your attention. Practice these daily. 1 hour of deep work with no interruptions. No phone. No noise. Just execution. One clear priority. Not 10 tasks. One target that moves your life forward. One distraction removed. Every day, eliminate one thing that steals your attention. These aren't suggestions. These are standards. Build a routine around focus. Protect your environment. Strengthen your mental boundaries. The future belongs to the concentrated. The world rewards those who can lock in and not break. Fire focus builds identity. When you control your focus, you control who you become. Every focused action is a vote for the strongest version of yourself. You're telling your mind, I'm serious. I'm disciplined. I execute. I finish. Focus turns doubt into confidence. Focus turns weakness into skill. Focus turns potential into reality. Because focus is proof. Proof that you are not controlled by the world. Proof that you choose your direction. Proof that your goals are real to you. Every day you sharpen the blade, your identity becomes unshakable. That's the power of focus. Fire protect your focus like your future depends on it. Because it does. Your focus determines what you build, what you master, who you become, what you earn, how far you go. Without focus, there is no direction. Without focus, there is no growth. Without focus, there is no greatness. You don't need more time. You need more focus in the time you already have. The weak look for motivation. The strong build discipline. And discipline creates unstoppable focus. Today, you sharpen the weapon. Tomorrow, you sharpen the weapon. Every day, you sharpen the weapon. Because the world is full of distractions. But warriors stay locked in. Warriors stay committed. Warriors stay sharp. You are a warrior. Act like it. Your focus is your power. Guard it. Train it. Sharpen it daily. You have a choice. Choose the path of the focused. Choose the path of the powerful. Choose the path of the warrior. Focus is not optional. Focus is who you are.